All right, guys, Rusty Brothers here, and today I'm going to show you how to turn this into this. First thing you're going to need is a pressure washer. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pressure wash this old dusty truck. Make sure to get all of the stuff off, all the grime, grit, sand. Big thing about it is, you don't really want to hold back, so I'm going to use the turbo nozzle. And you can see I've already started to pressure wash right here a little bit, and it's getting some paint off. So I actually want that because I'm gonna sand some of this off later anyways. So the more it gets off, the more natural it looks in the long run with the pressure washer. So, but I got to get all this dirt off. So I'll show you guys how that looks. Get a close-up. And obviously, guys, I would never recommend using the turbo nozzle if you're not going to patina the car, because it can take the paint off. Fortunately, I'm going to patina the car, so that's why I'm using the turbo nozzle. I did some sanding, and then what I'm going to do is, what I did right now is I put some like teal spray paint over it with some copper rust spray paint, just to kind of give it a more effect, like the patina old school, look. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and take my metal grinder after all this dries, and then I'm literally just going to grind it all down to the metal, and just kind of, some of that teal and some of that copper will show through, and then that'll kind of give you a better look. But it's not going to look all spray painted at all by any means. I just kind of did that to put it in the right spots where rust would tend to come up at if it was rusty. And then I am going to actually chemically rust it right away as well. I'll show you guys how to do that too. It's kind of cool. But you can see this is kind of what it's going to more so look like. All this will all be actually rusted, kind of like the hood. So the hood's already rusty. So it's gonna kind of look more like that, but all that green, all that teal, all that copper color, that's all gonna be rusted out or grinded down, shall I say. And then, yeah, I'll show you guys how to do that in just a second. Now it's time for the best part, guys. Grinding away. It takes a while, but it's worth it. Now see, the grinder I'm using, just a Ryobi grinder. The blades, the grinder pads that I'm using are the Diablo Steel Demons. They're a 40 grit. It's like a bunch of little pieces of sandpaper basically screwed together, and it just grinds the paint right off. I could probably use a bigger plate. If I had a bigger grinder, it would work faster, but this is just basically what I got. So this is a DIY, so whatever you got laying around, just use it. As you can see, it kind of gives it that, obviously it looks all shiny now, but I'm leaving some spots out so that way I'll go back and sand it down, make it a little smoother, but it'll kind of give it that natural weathered look. And then kind of see what I'm doing there. I'm just getting down to the metal. You know, these things basically polish it too. Once I get it all grinded down and whatnot. Truck's already pretty naturally rusty. That's kind of why I did this. I just kind of, all that stuff up top, most of it's out actually natural rust. So I just kind of wanted to preserve the rust and just give it that patina look, even though, you know, if I left it out here for another 10 years, it probably would do it by itself, but this just kind of speeds up the process. But yeah, guys, pretty cool. All right, so I finally got it all grinded down. Left a bunch of patches to kind of make it look more realistic. But man, this thing took forever to grind all that metal, grind all that paint off and stuff. So I think it's gonna look good. But now it's time to pressure wash it all off, pressure wash it clean. And then I will be putting some acetone on it. So let's get to it. All right, so it's all dried up. Next thing you want to do is get some acetone and some shop rags. Just any type of rag, t-shirt, whatever you want. And you're gonna want to go over all this metal with some acetone. Just rub it all over. You can get it on the paint too, it doesn't really matter. I mean, the paint's supposed to look distressed anyways. But basically you want to rub all that acetone on there, because whenever they make these metals, they put like oils on the metals and in the metals. So you want to make sure all those oils are off the metal, so that way when it rusts up, it doesn't rust up in little small patches, it rusts up the whole piece of metal, so that way it gives it a lot better, more rusty look. But yeah, that's what you're going to want to do. So we'll get to that in a sec. Said you really want to use gloves, guys, because this stuff's pretty, like, you know, strong and just real chemically, if you know what I mean. And you definitely don't want to get this stuff all over your skin, but just use some gloves and be safe and be prepared and stay safe out there, guys. The fact you're going to need a spray bottle, some vinegar, some salt, any kind of salt will do. Oops. Any kind of salt will do, and some hydrogen peroxide. What you're going to do is you're going to basically fill up the spray bottle with some salt. It's at the bottom. If I can get this damn thing open. Alright. So you're going to fill the salt up. Fill the bottle with some salt. About an inch, maybe like a little less than an inch full. Not really an exact measurement to this, but Daddy. Basically you're gonna just fill it up right there like that, just kind of right there, and then you're gonna put some hydrogen peroxide in it. You're gonna fill the hydrogen peroxide more than halfway full, so you're gonna need a lot. I mean, this stuff's like $1.80 at Walmart, whatever. So you're just gonna fill that up. About right there. And then you're gonna use your vinegar. Now the vinegar, actually let me pour a little bit of that out. Vinegar, just kind of put a little splash in there. Not too much. Just enough. Just enough to leave some room to shake it up. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna shake it up, kind of stir it around in there and mix it up. Really you wanna shake it up until the salt dissolves and you can't see the salt anymore. Which it actually happens pretty quick because I use some cheap salt. Let me actually put some more salt in there. Usually I use like the bigger salt or the more expensive salt. This is like, you know, fake salt. But I don't ever cook with this salt. Let's just put it that way. So you can see it in there, kind of at the bottom. You're gonna wanna shake it up until all that dissolves out of there. So give it a good shaking. Give it a real good shake in there. And then once that's done, move on to the next step. All right, so now we're gonna spray our vinegar, salt, hydrogen peroxide solution onto the metal. So see, it's like regular metal. It's just clear, shiny silver. Now, as soon as you spray this on there, as soon as you spray it on there, it automatically turns. So I've always see that happen. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go over this about 3 times. You're gonna go over it and then let it dry and go over it again just to really build up some rust on there. You can see it's already changing colors. Doesn't that look cool? So yeah, I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's done. All right guys, so I got it all rusted up. That's what it looks like after it dries out and looks all rusty and stuff. I kind of wish I wouldn't have done this pattern because it kind of just looks like some girly like cheetah print stuff, but whatever. I don't give a shit. But yeah, I mean, it's all rusty and stuff like that, so it looks pretty cool. All right, so for this last and final step, what you're gonna need is some shop towels, just whatever you got. I mean, I just got some red shop towels, a jar, just any kind of glass jar. You're gonna want some boiled linseed oil, and make sure to get the boiled linseed oil, not just regular linseed oil, because the boiled or the regular linseed oil that's not boiled, it'll be all gunky and gooey and like stuff like that. The boiled linseed oil will come out smooth and it'll come out oily. And then you're gonna need some mineral spirits. Now, it's not an exact scientific like measurement on this stuff, but you just wanna shake it up, whatever. Give it a good shake. And that much boiled linseed oil, and then pour your mineral spirits in there. It's gonna look like a shake that you want to drink, but don't do that because it'll mess you up. I'll just give it a good mixing. Got a nice little mixture here. yeah, you got yourself a nice beverage for the day. But then you're gonna go rub this all over the car, so let's go do it right now. All right, so you're just gonna dip it, and then rip it. It's giving it a nice like shine. All right, I'll come back when I'm done. All right, guys, so it's been about a day since I put the boiled linseed oil on it. And just kind of gives a protective coating, kind of makes it look a little darker, like the rust looks a little darker, and makes it a little, kind of like shiny a little bit. By the way, I'm not doing the truck bed, just in case you guys wanted to know, I'm not doing the truck bed that way because I'm going to do a spray-on bed liner. The $100 D.I.Y. spray-on bed liner for it, which that video is going to be coming pretty soon. So if you guys want to go ahead and subscribe, that'd be sick, because I will be making more videos about stuff like this. And I do a lot of stuff with like restoring rusty stuff too. So I make stuff rusty, but then I also take stuff that's rusty and make it new again. So I like doing stuff like that. But if you guys want to subscribe, hit the bell notification, you know, comment down below what you think of the truck, if you think it looks stupid, if you think it looks cool, if you think it looks gay, straight, whatever, dude. I mean, I'm all for it. I'm all, whatever you guys think, man. I'm digging it, you know, whatever you guys think about it. I mean, you guys can put it down in the comments, and you know, I think it'll be super sick to read the comments. And then you know, if anything, you know, hurts my feelings or whatever, I don't really care, because I don't really have anything going for me on this truck. I'm not really like you know, betting any wages on it or anything. So, you know. So quick side note, I did this whole quarter panel right here with the boiled linseed oil and the mineral spirits. I want to make sure to let you guys know, I actually did the rest of the truck with just boiled linseed oil, because whenever I was mixing the mineral spirits in there, it kind of makes it, give it a real gunky feeling. So I actually just decided just to do the whole rest of the truck with just boiled linseed oil. So before, when I was showing you guys how to mix it all together and stuff, you don't really have to do that. You can literally just use boiled linseed oil. You don't have to use mineral spirits in there. So if you want the gunky look, and you know, use the mineral spirits, but the rest of the truck, it still looks cool. Other than that, I mean, I don't really care too much about it. It's just an old piece of shit. So I'm gonna just do whatever. I might put some sick ass wheels on it with some, maybe a lift kit. I don't know. Other than that though, in case you guys are wondering about the tail bed, the truck bed, I'm not doing that part because I'm gonna do a spray on liner. Basically it's like one of those $100 D.I.Y. spray on bed liners that you can just do at home, instead of spending like $600 to $2,000 on a professional one. I just like to do stuff unprofessionally, so that way I can save money, you know what I mean? So yeah, video coming soon, by the way, so be sure to like and subscribe the video, so that way, and to my channel, subscribe to my channel, so that way, you know, you can be up to date on stuff that I do. I do a lot of cool stuff like this. You know, I basically I take stuff that's, you know, not rusty, I turn it rusty, but then also I take stuff that's all rusty and old and then try to make it look new again. This Mercedes right here, I'm actually gonna rust this one out too, man. So that'll be a cool video. Make sure to subscribe, you know, turn the bell notifications on so you can be up to date whenever I fuck this thing up. So cool. Other than that, that Obama sticker, that's not mine. That came on the truck. I just haven't taken it off. I'm not really political, but I just wanted to throw that out there for any of the liberals out there watching this video, which probably none of them are, but if you are watching, that's not my sticker, so you don't have to comment about it. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. So other than that, yeah, that's it, guys. So that's how to turn the old truck into a rust bucket and a meth head's paradise. If you guys like this video, please make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, let me know any criticism. I love reading mean comments, so if you want to do one of those, that'd be cool too. And yeah, see if we can get this video to 1 million likes. Thanks a lot, guys.